Morning, I'm Sofi. I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And today I'll be doing a sharing on the description of the Buddha's body. Buddha Shakyamuni has gained enlightenment 2500 years ago under the Bodhi tree in Bodh India. Buddha's perfect physical body was the direct result of 3 aeons of cultivating virtues during his many rebirths. Buddha had 1112 physical marks of enlightenment on his body, 32 being the major marks and 80 the minor marks. These marks serve as reminder of the qualities that we should practice and in our daily lives on the path to spiritual perfection. Buddha not only taught with the Dharma verbally, he also used his body as a roadmap to enlightenment. Now I will share with you the 32 major marks. The soles of his feet are level. His feet is very smooth with level soles so that when he walks, his feet are firmly planted on the ground. But in actual fact, Buddha is not walking on the ground. He's actually walking about an inch above the ground, but when he walks, there's imprint on the ground. And his second marks is the palm of his hands and soles are marked with 1000-spoke Dharma wheel, but in some tradition it's actually 8-spoke, representing the noble eightfold path. And number 3, the Buddha's heels are not round but oval in shape. They project out, providing extra strength and spreading the weight of the feet. Number 4, the Buddha is said to have fingers and toes which are long and of equal length. This makes the Buddha's hands and feet stronger, symbolizing positive force in Dharma practice. Number 5, no matter how old the Buddha is, his skin is smooth and without wrinkles. It is described as being as soft and smooth as that of an infant baby. Number 6, the Buddha has web of light connecting the fingers and toes, between the fingers and between the toes. It appears as if it is a thin membrane between the fingers and toes. Certain areas of the Buddha's body do not stand out. Well, let's imagine that the horse with high ankles that stand out. But Buddha's elbows, knees and ankles are not prominent, so they do not stand out. The Buddha has legs like that of an antelope or a royal stag with well-rounded calves. This is the physical characteristics that makes an antelope strong, fast and agile. The Buddha has long arms and is able to touch both of his knees without stooping. Also, when the Buddha sits cross-legged, with his elbows tucked in, his hands are able to cover his knees and his fingers are able to touch his seat. Number 10. The Buddha's private organs is hidden, like that of a horse which cannot be seen. The wisdom behind this is that the sheath organ cannot cause offense to anyone, even inadvertently. But I was told that there's a blanket of golden light covering, so that it's also acting as a cover for it. The Buddha has skin that is golden in color and gleams with light. His skin is delicate, soft and sensitive to the touch. Number 12. The Buddha has skin that is free from blemishes, so soft and fine that no dust or dirt can attach to it. Number 13. The Buddha has a single hair growing from each pore of his body that curls to the right. And number 14. The Buddha has upwards growing hair that is deep blue in color, like a peacock, and curls to the right. The Buddha is extremely tall, upright, like the god Brahma. His stance indicated balance and firmness. Number 16. The tops of the Buddha's hands and feet, shoulders and the back of his neck are raised and rounded. Number 17. The Buddha has an upper body resembling a lion with an impressive torso which is majestic in look. It allows for efficient respiration and metabolism, indicating excellent health. Number 18. The Buddha has perfect well-rounded shoulders without any furrows or dents between the shoulders, and his veins are not visible. Number 19. The Buddha has body proportion like a fully grown body tree that has roots, stems and branches that are equal in length. Therefore, the Buddha's body is perfectly proportioned in length and width. Number 20. The Buddha has a round and smooth neck, evenly rounded shoulders and broad back. The area below the Buddha's armpits are full, unlike that of ordinary people. Number 21. The Buddha has a perfect sense of taste and very sensitive taste buds. Even the poorest of food that he is given tastes delicious. The Buddha's tongue is also said to be free from any diseases caused by wind, phlegm or bile. Number 22. The Buddha has jaws like a lion with full, firm and rounded cheeks. Number 23. The Buddha has 40 evenly formed teeth. Ordinary people has only 32 teeth, which are not permanent and change from birth to death to old age. Number 24. The Buddha has straight teeth that are equal in length and free from stains. Number 25. The Buddha has perfectly aligned set of teeth which are gapless. Number 26. The Buddha has brilliant white teeth. In some scriptures it is said that Ananda knew when the Buddha was smiling even though he was walking behind the Buddha. When the Buddha parted his lips to let out a smile, bright lights would emanate from the Buddha's perfect teeth. Number 27. The Buddha has long tongue which is perfectly shaped and long enough to reach his hairline and ears. It is red in color like an upala flower. Number 28. The Buddha has a voice like the god Brahman, which is deep, clear and melodious. It is said that anyone who hears the voice, it is temporary relief of all problems. However, it cannot bring you to full enlightenment. The Buddha's voice is also said to have 5 major distinguishing features. 1. All beings can understand it regardless of language. 2. The words from Buddha's lips all have the same articulations. The Buddha's words are deeply profound and bring benefits to the listeners. The voice is melodious and draws people to it. The Buddha's words are in perfect order and flawless. Number 29. The Buddha has deep blue eyes like the colors of sapphires. In addition, the color and the white parts of the eyes are distinctly separate, with no red or yellow discoloration. Number 30. The Buddha has long and beautiful eyelashes like a horse or a cow. If you have seen the cattle one, they are very nice and beautiful long eyelashes. Number 31. The Buddha has an ulna, a soft wisp of hair between his eyebrow which is tightly curled. It has 6 characteristics: smooth, soft, white, extends 3 cubits in length, curls from the right to the left, and has an upturned lip tip. Number 32. The Buddha has a unisha, or a crown protrusion. It's like a very small round bump on the crown of the head. It's made of flesh that is bright and radiant. From afar, it seems like it's about 4-inch width in height. But if you actually try to measure, You'll never be able to. It's impossible to measure. It's the first superior mark of a Buddha and the most difficult of all the major marks to achieve. You actually can see a lot of Buddha statue, and there's a protrusion out there, but it has been, oftentimes it has been mistakenly depicted as a bun, but actually it's not. It's the usnisha, that the protrusion of the crown. So for today, I will share until here, and thank you for being here. Now I will take any questions if there is. Right, the question from Joy Kam. What do you mean the Buddha used his body as a roadmap to enlightenment? It shows that the Buddha showed the marks and signs on his body so that as a guide to show that we are able to attain enlightenment. It creates imprint within our minds, and as such we do hope to achieve the same as that. Let's say for the first item, it's the soles of the feet are level. So what are the cause for this? The cause will be the Buddha keeping his vows throughout many lifetimes and was firm in his renunciation of killing. Therefore, it's an example for us being firm in our vows and commitments, that beyond doubt that is an important foundation to build our practices on. So as such, with each marks there is an example for us to follow, and as such it will guide us towards gaining our realizations. A question from Yi Yin Teo. Is there any significance to the thin membrane between Buddha's fingers and toes? Yes, there is. This, let me find, okay. For this, it's the cause of it was because Buddha had perfected his practice of the 4 ways of gathering disciples. By doing so, he brought others under his positive influence and helped them along their spiritual path. So as such, the teaching is that we should practice these 4 attractive behaviors, which are methods used by Buddha to gather disciples. And this quality which attract others towards the Dharma, and thus it will help them towards gaining enlightenment, starting their spiritual path, which will bring them out of suffering. The 4 qualities is giving generously what is necessary, speaking pleasantly while doing so, teaching the Dharma and the proper path, being a good example by practicing what is taught. From Pastor Shin Tan. When do these marks appear? Was it after the Buddha attained enlightenment? This I do not know. I will go back and check the answers, and I will get back to you. Okay, Valentina. Okay, Valentina asks, what are the causes for the many beautiful physical features of Lord Buddha? The causes will be from all his practices and his holding his vows and his practice of the right path and holding his integrity, his compassion, and all this. For every single marks, there is a cause that this marks arises, and there's a example for us to follow. So These are the causes because Buddha had hold his practice well and purely over the many lifetimes, the 3 aeons. What is the significance for us to learn about these signs? Question from Chris. We learn about this sign so that we can understand where it comes from. We should learn of the cause of it too, so we understand where it comes from, how it came, how it arises, and as such we will correspond like the practice towards this cause, such as the teaching that's behind it, and if we do it well, then we too will be able to reach the same stage. And Valentina reposted, considering that the Buddha has created many causes to create these beautiful signs, is it possible for an ordinary human like us to achieve such qualities? Yes, it is possible, because Buddha achieved all this quality in his human form. So as such, it is a very strong example for us that we are able to achieve these qualities as well, if we were to do our practice with sincerity and with good motivation to benefit others. Pastor Adeline has asked, how did the Buddha achieve all these beautiful features? The Buddha had achieved all these beautiful features through his practice, and this is also an accumulation over the 3 aeons that he has practiced very well. And as such, for each, as I have mentioned before, that each marks that appear on Buddha's body is a sign of his practice that has that all these marks arises from. So each mark represents a practice that he has done very well, and it's an example for us to follow. Is there any more questions? Right, if there's no more questions, I will wrap up the session with a dedication. Thank you very much. Jang Juk Sencho Rinpoche, Ma Ke Panam Ge Yushi, Ke Panam Pa Me Pa Yang, Gonin Gondu Pe Washu, Toni Towa Rinpoche, Ma Ke Panam Ge Yushi, Ke Panam Pa Me Pa Yang, Gonin Gondu Pe Washu, Daso Jini Sapa Ge Wadi, Tandan Truwa Guna Gampadang, Jepa Jesu Losan Trapai, Tamping Impori Dusa, Se Shu, Ke Wakuntu Yanda Lamadan, Drame Chuki Pala Long Chonchi, Sadam Langi Yate Razone, Doje Changi Ngopang Otuso, Ke Wakuntu Yanda Lamadan, Drame Chuki Pala Long Chonchi, Sadam Langi Yate Razone, Doje Changi Ngopang Otuso, Ke Wadi Yududa, Lama Sang Yudrione, Drowa Chikia Malupa, De Salago Pashu, Choki Kya Posungapa, Chosundam Pape Wala, Geki Samasi Wadang, Tunki Malu Sawasho, Dadam Sungi Dosandan, Drewa Songi Latene, Gewa Losan Trapai, Tampa Yuriba, Yushi, Nimo Dele Sendele, Nimingunyan Delesh, Nisintatu Delepel, Conchu Sungi Jingilo, Conchu Sungi Ngodruso, Conchu Sungi Trasi, Jesunama Kusen Rapting Ching, Nam Katrini Chochu Gepada, Nasan Tempe Drome Sapsungi, Droe Munsa Takoni, Yushi, Gangwe Rawe Koe Shinkam Dem, Pendan Dewa Malu Goene, Charan Zik One Tensing Gatsui, Chape Shide Badu Deng, Yushi. Home Tompe Ngotro Malupa, Dende Dala Salduso, Kodan Dempa Long Chok Nam, Kepa Soshik Shukten Cell. Thank you.